Messing with wild animals can be the fastest way to get to Valhalla. While normal, regular people flee at the sight of wild animals with gigantic canines, these men run towards them. To make it interesting, these men have tamed these wild animals to answer to their every command. These are the real Mr. Beasts of Africa. But how do they do it? What is their secret? Watch this video to the end to discover the secrets behind how they tame these animals and perform their mysterious stunts. In the bustling streets of Nigeria, deep in the cities of Lagos, Kano, and Kaduna, a rare and surreal sight often halts passers-by in their tracks. Men draped in vibrant traditional attire stride confidently through the chaos, tethering hyenas, baboons, and snakes as if they were leashed domestic pets. These enigmatic individuals are known as the Hyena Men, a name that has become a potent symbol of mystique, tradition, and controversy. This unique subculture, part street performers and part traditional healers, represents a complex intersection of ancient practices, economic survival, and urban folklore. Yet their lives remain shrouded in mystery, misunderstood by many and romanticized by others. The Hyena Men trace their roots to the Hausa-speaking regions of Nigeria and neighboring Niger Republic. Historically, these performers, often referred to as Gadawan Kura, literally hyena handlers, were nomadic entertainers and healers. Their craft was steeped in centuries-old traditions, blending elements of African spirituality with survival tactics. Hyenas, viewed in many African cultures as symbols of cunning and resilience, were not merely exotic animals for these men. They were spiritual totems, believed to ward off evil spirits and bring good fortune. The inclusion of baboons and snakes added layers of symbolism, representing agility, transformation, and wisdom. For the Hyena Men, their animals were more than companions or tools of trade. They were reflections of their identity and custodians of their heritage. Capturing and taming such formidable creatures required a blend of bravery, patience, and skill passed down through generations. The daily lives of the Hyena Men revolve around their dual role as performers and medicine men. On one hand, they captivate audiences with daring displays, hyenas leaping through hoops, baboons performing acrobatics, and snakes coiling around their necks. These performances draw large crowds, offering fleeting moments of wonder and fear. On the other hand, they serve as traditional healers, offering herbal remedies, charms, and potions for a variety of ailments. For many in rural and urban areas alike, the Hyena Men represent a bridge between ancient knowledge and modern challenges, particularly in regions where access to formal medical care is limited. However, life as a Hyena Man is far from glamorous. They often operate on society's fringes, navigating stigmatization, police scrutiny, and the logistical challenges of caring for wild animals in urban environments. Their performances may attract awe, but they also provoke fear and suspicion, perpetuating their image as outcasts or witch doctors. A story was told about an encounter that left an unforgettable memory on those on the scene in Kano State, Nigeria. It was a sweltering afternoon in Kano, one of Nigeria's bustling northern cities, when a spectacle meant to dazzle turned into a fight for survival. The Hyena Men of Nigeria, known for their fearless performances with wild animals, had set up a show in a crowded market square. But what began as an ordinary display of skill and daring spiraled into chaos, leaving the performers inches from death. The day had begun like any other for the Hyena Men, a troupe of 5 performers accompanied by their troop of wild animals. 2 snarling hyenas, a mischievous baboon, and a writhing python. They were a well-rehearsed unit, accustomed to drawing crowds in bustling city centers. As the team prepared their act in Sabongari Market, traders, shoppers, and curious onlookers gathered around, forming a tight ring. The air buzzed with excitement. Children perched on their parents' shoulders, and street vendors paused to witness the unusual spectacle. With a booming voice, the troupe's leader, Bala, announced the start of the show. The hyenas growled, the baboon chattered excitedly, and the python slithered menacingly in Bala's hands. Midway through the performance, disaster struck. One of the hyenas, a large male named Zaki, became agitated. Perhaps it was the oppressive heat, the crowd's noise, or the chaos of market life that unnerved the animal. Suddenly, Zaki lunged toward the crowd, snapping its teeth and yanking its chain with unexpected force. The crowd erupted in screams, scattering in every direction. Panic swept through the market like wildfire. As people fled, their shouts startled the other animals. The baboon broke free from its tether, darting into a nearby stall, knocking over goods and biting a vendor in its frenzied escape. Meanwhile, the python, in the commotion, slipped from Bala's grasp and began slithering through the crowd. Amid the chaos, Bala and his team struggled to regain control. Holding onto Zaki's chain with all his strength, Bala shouted for help. The other handlers rushed to corner the baboon and retrieve the python, but the situation was quickly spiraling out of control. As fear turned to anger, some members of the crowd began to retaliate. Shouts of "kill them" rang out as market security and bystanders armed themselves with sticks, rocks, and machetes. The Hyena Men, once entertainers, were now viewed as threats. A young vendor threw a rock that narrowly missed Zaki, but hit Bala on the head, drawing blood. Another performer, Yusuf, was knocked down by an angry mob member as he tried to explain the situation. The Hyena Men were caught in the center of the chaos, their pleas for calm drowned out by the mob's fury. Desperate to save their lives and animals, Bala made a decision. Using a whistle he always carried, he gave a sharp, piercing blow, a command signal for the animals. Miraculously, the hyena, trained for years to obey despite its instincts, stopped in its tracks. The baboon, too, froze momentarily, enough for one of the handlers to grab its leash. Market authorities finally intervened, arriving with armed police to restore order. The officers fired warning shots into the air, scattering the mob and calming the panic. Bala, bloodied but still holding Zaki's chain, pleaded with the officers to spare the animals. The police ordered the Hyena Men to pack up and leave immediately, escorting them out of the market to prevent further attacks. It was a long walk through hostile streets with jeers and angry glares from the crowd. If you've watched this far, it says a lot about your adventurous personality and free spirit. Subscribing to this channel will introduce you to a whole lot of new cultures and people around the world, and if possible, fuel your drive to travel the world, experiencing all the thrilling, amazing and beautiful cultures and traditions this world offers, and broadening your mind and perspective about our world beyond continental lines. The Hyena Men retreated to their camp on the city outskirts, shaken but alive. Bala later recounted the ordeal with a mixture of relief and bitterness. "It was not the hyenas or the baboon that nearly killed us," he said. "It was fear of what people don't understand." The incident left scars, both literal and figurative. The Hyena Men's reputation was further polarized. Some accused them of recklessness, while others admired their bravery in the face of danger. For the Hyena Men, the event was a sobering reminder of the precariousness of their existence. Yet their bond with their animals and their craft remained unbroken. "The animals are our family," Bala said. "If we die together, so be it." The Kano market incident became a story retold in whispers, a cautionary tale of how quickly the line between awe and terror can blur. For the Hyena Men, it cemented their reputation as fearless, perhaps even reckless figures navigating a world that often sees them as outcasts. Even now, as they continue their performances in new locations, the memory of that fateful day lingers. It is a testament to the unpredictable nature of their craft and the indomitable spirit that defines the Hyena Men of Nigeria. Despite their cultural significance, the Hyena Men have faced increasing scrutiny from animal rights groups and conservationists. The treatment of their animals, often seen as tethered, muzzled, and underfed, has sparked outrage both locally and internationally. Critics argue that these practices perpetuate cruelty and contribute to the exploitation of wildlife. In response, some Hyena Men assert that their relationships with the animals are misunderstood. They claim to treat their creatures with care, arguing that their livelihoods depend on the well-being of these animals. Nonetheless, the tension between cultural preservation and animal welfare remains unresolved, raising questions about the future of this tradition. In recent years, the Hyena Men have become subjects of fascination beyond Nigeria. Photographers, filmmakers, and journalists have sought to document their lives, portraying them as both relics of an ancient world and survivors in a rapidly changing society. The internet has amplified their mystique, with viral images and videos sparking debates about the intersection of culture, identity, and ethics. For the Hyena Men, this newfound attention is a double-edged sword. While it has brought global recognition, it has also invited scrutiny, with many questioning the sustainability of their way of life. As urbanization and modernization continue to reshape Nigeria, the Hyena Men face mounting pressure to adapt or risk fading into obscurity. The Hyena Men of Nigeria embody a paradoxical existence. They are both revered and reviled, celebrated and condemned. Their lives offer a glimpse into a world where tradition and modernity collide, where survival demands both ingenuity and sacrifice. As guardians of a unique cultural heritage, the Hyena Men challenge us to confront uncomfortable questions about the price of survival, the ethics of animal domestication, and the value of preserving endangered traditions. Whether viewed as relics of a bygone era or symbols of resilience, their story remains a testament to humanity's enduring connection to the wild and to the spirit of adaptation that defines us all. Speaking of magic and supernatural abilities, watch this video to see how voodoo as a religious practice has shaped the people of Benin's lives and the world at large.